such to anime. That you're addicted to anime, there's no possible chance for drug addiction because you're never going to be able to. Other good stuff goes along with it. Anime is such an expensive habit, you're going to want to get a job or do more for your parents to get money. I'm sure some of you did some pretty unspeakable things to get your money for Banzai this year.
Heck yeah!
And of course, if you're learning about another culture, maybe the subculture of another country, but counterculture. Meet some strange and unique people and man, they're friends with them, and just like any other kid, you might not want your parents to ever meet them, but that doesn't necessarily mean your friends are people who are bad. It just means you don't want your parents to know your friends. Which is again is a good sign that you are still a normal kid. Plenty of people who see anime get stimulated some way or another. There's a strong here. Everything from fan art to fan fiction, something about the genre might get you inspired to produce something on your own, just cosplay, maybe write a song, anything out there that gets you happy that has to do with anime. And it's a big wide world, so.
Also, just anything, you can use the excuse that a lot of really big, say, comic artists or directors or things, this is a big inspiration for a lot of the stuff coming out nowadays. So you can say this is, a lot of people who are really successful, big people, this is kind of some of their biggest inspiration. Like the Wachowski brothers. We would have gotten the Matrix without Ghost in the Shell.
And you will definitely learn the meaning of art. There are people who spend hours working on one costume because they love it, but it means hours of work for them for like something that people will see maybe for 2 or 3 hours up on a stage or something. They'll walk around in a con for 3 days. But the fact is, people put a lot of time and effort into it, and if that's what gets you inspired, that's what drives you, that people in your family can certainly appreciate that, hopefully. Along those lines, just look around at this convention. We have hundreds of people who put in hours upon hours to get this thing together, and they didn't do it sitting at computers in their moms' and basements. They got out in the world, shook hands, found us sponsors, found people willing to come and put in the time and effort to throw this whole thing together. There are people who spent months and months working for these 3 days. And then later on there's an AMV contest, and you're going to see like art, real art, that people put a lot of time and energy into putting these pieces together. You can go to the Artist Alley and see the way anime has inspired artistically talented people to draw pictures, sculpt things, make sew up neat little bags and what have you. Because we have done worse. Much, much worse. That was for the slide. If anyone had like stories they wanted to share or questions, we're just going to leave this half the thing open up to discussion. If anyone wanted to talk. Anyone? Yes. Yes.
My grandma made a kimono for me that I only wore like one freaking pot and then slowly the grandma's hair was perfect the same shape. But then after she made it for me, even if she didn't understand that crap about it,
see, that's one of those good things. Yeah, your family, a lot of times you're going to have to be supportive even if they don't fully understand the stuff. And of course, having somebody who's if you don't know how to personally sew or work on certain things, you don't have somebody in your family. Anyone else?
Who has comments, commentary? Come on, participate. It's fun.
Oh yeah, I get it.
Go ahead.
So the first anime I showed my parents were those with my house. It was kind of the last season, and I guess my mom came in right when she said, "I am the highest now strip." So she kind of went on that for 3 days.
Yeah, again, tact, and just a lot of it's a matter of timing. More than once I've been watching anime and somebody walked into the room at the worst possible moment. Maybe if they had some backstory or context, they would have understood why these strange and unusual things were happening. And again, part of it is just sensitive. Sometimes there's just things that you can watch that your parents don't, or maybe there's just things that again, your parents could watch, but they certainly don't want to watch with you. Yes.
Question is this a good thing or a bad thing when they start quoting your shows?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
If your family's that comfortable with the show, it's usually a good thing. If that they enjoy it as much as you do, or at least enough to not, persecute you or give you a lot of. Yeah.
Well, I guess what like me, although I was an anime otaku for a long time before, I remember soon after I got back from a mission, like in '96, or like what was it, '95, or 90, or was it actually like around '97? I was visiting home from college, and I know they had Ranma one half, like in the city where my mom worked, and I asked her to pick it up, and she commented, well, even though I guess it's relatively tame, I guess it was still considered rated R for the by the standards of the rental, and so she just commented that to me and said, no. But she was still relatively okay.
Anything like wrong or stuff, even if you have nudity or whatever you use for comedic effects, some people are just not comfortable with it. As forgetting the guy's name, but he was once said most Americans would rather see two people kill each other than make love. For whatever reason, in this country, we've been a lot more comfortable with the violent aspect and the sexual aspect of anything, especially shows like anime. And again, with something like Ninja Scroll, some people might have been able to take all the stabbing and fighting with the fact that there's a rape 5 minutes in the movie is enough for some people to leave the room and never come back. So again, you might want to watch it before your parents do and give serious consideration to whether you're going to let them watch it.
Actually, for me, that's actually a way I managed to get my dad to like some of the shows I'll admit was he liked the action and the violent ones better. One of the first ones I remember him sitting down and actually watch was Blood the Last Vampire, which was accessible to the English dialect. It's originally an English show. It has enough things that tie into stuff he's familiar with. And that sometimes is a way to go too, is just find something that you think your parents will find as familiar and that they like anyways, and try to play on that. Because after that, I'm actually going to watch Cowboy Bebop, Black Lagoon, and then eventually he would sit and watch Mushishi because he just wanted to know what else I had. And so he managed to see a show that was completely different from the kind of Hollywood action ones that I was usually watching. I'll probably never get him to watch, say, Hurry or Lucky Star, but you take what you can get.
In the back, I was just saying, like he said, that Ninja Scroll is a bad one to start out with. That's actually, my brother was in anime, and it's the first one that he was ever like, hey, you should check this out. I didn't watch anime again for 6 years. Seriously, I was just like, that's nothing, some good. And then I started going to the show, or Akira, and stuff like that.
Yeah, I have a story. I know some people in Battle actually run the One Last Top Hat videos, and they have an anime section. Anyway, they had somebody come back about an hour or so after they rented a movie. They let their 8-year-old kid rent Ninja Scroll, and all they did was look at the box and think, oh, it's a cartoon, it's fine. Oh. Yeah, they popped it in the DVD player, and boy, were they in for a surprise. Like, there's a big PG-13 or R on that box for a good reason. You don't want your kids to look at stuff like that. Look at what it is before you rent it. It's like, most people think like the only adult cartoons out there like Fritz the Cat or some of the naughtier HBO stuff, but like I said before, it's a genre. There's just as much mature content that might not be appropriate for youngsters for different reasons, so...
It's just some shows have it for all the reasons.
Anime News Network and Anime Review, there's plenty of websites they can go to and see why shows are rated they are, what the content is, and if they want to make a decision before they let you buy it, they're free to do that. So I'm trying to say, sneak around your parents. If your parents don't want you watching it before you're 18, don't.
Yeah, again, for me, it does come back to emphasizing it is a medium, not a genre. Because I think part of the deal is you make it clear which particular titles you like and which ones you don't like. There's some, yeah, there's anime I love. I love anime. But there's some titles, although other people like them, I loathe them. I would never, that's like hell for me watching that stuff.